Hey, how you doing? Steve here from Emeraz.com. Up until now, if you're looking for that large console analog sound in your mixes, well, you gotta be mixing on a large analog console. But there's a new plugin called VCC which claims that it can give you the sound of 4 different classic analog consoles in the box. That's a pretty big claim, so let's test that out. Okay, here we've got the channel, and here we've got our mix bus. With the mix bus, you just put it on your mix bus. It's as simple as that, just one instance. And with the virtual channel, you want to put one on every channel in your track. Now, if you're running out of processing power, you can group some tracks together and just put it on the group. But if you can, put it on every track in your entire mix. Okay, let me switch off the group here for a minute. Okay, when you open it, it's going to look like this. You've got your console section. Brit N is a Neve console, the USA is an API console, the Brit 4K is an SSL console, and our little Greek symbol here is a Trident console. Then you've got your input and you've got your drive. If you want to, you can set each channel uniquely by itself, but the best practice in my opinion is to group them together. So when you flick this, you get the group controls. In my mix, I've got 33 virtual channels, and I've got them all sent to this group here, mix. Same with the mix bus, it's sent to mix as well. So if I flick between consoles, every single instance of virtual channel and my mix bus all go together. So essentially it's like mixing through one console. Very cleverly, they've got groups within the plugin itself. So if you want to create a hybrid console, you can. For example, if I want to put on, say, my drums here, and I want to map my drums to a Neve, and then I want to create a new group here, and let's say we'll call that guitars. We want to send that through the Brit 4K, that's good enough for that. And then I want to create another one here for, say, the vocals and run that through the API. You can do that and have your own hybrid console. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to route everything through my first group here, mix, and I'm going to leave it on, well, we'll be flicking through the different consoles in a minute. Okay, let's hear it in action, so. For the moment, I'm going to leave the drive here set to 3.9. The reason being is we'll be able to hear the characteristics of each of the consoles a little bit better when we're pushing them a bit harder. And in this mix in particular, we're not pushing the input very much, so we'll leave the drive up. It sounds nice at this. And then later on, I can drop it down to 0 again so you can hear what it sounds like as a more of a subtle effect. I'm going to play you the chorus of this song. This song was a collaboration on Emeraz.com, and thank you to the guys who were involved in it for allowing me to use it for this review. And we'll start with the plugin in bypass, and then at intervals I'll turn it on and I'll turn it off so you'll be able to hear the effect of each console individually. Okay, so first we've got our Neve set to bypass. Keep an eye on the red light. When it comes on, we'll know it's processing, and then I'll turn it off, turn it on. There we go. As soon as you turn on the Neve there, you can hear the whole track just warm up a bit. The kick drum, the bass, they just lift out a little bit. Our guitars, they kind of tighten up and warm up at the same time, and the whole track just seems to come alive. I'll start and bypass again. As soon as you turn it on, listen for the kick drum and the bass. They're the most obvious things to listen for with the Neve here. Okay, again, bypass first, and then I'll turn it on at intervals. That sounds great. It sounds really, really nice. Let's move on to the API. Again, same drill here. In bypass first, then I'll turn it on and off. Here we go. It's a very hard thing to describe exactly what it does to the sound because it does so many little things. Again, at the risk of sounding like a cliche, straight away you can hear that song gets more space in there. The guitars just lift up and they're definitely wider. Better focus on the drums. The kick drum seems to just be that little bit tighter. The bass just sounds lovely. The top end gets a little bit of a sheen to it. Sounds really, really nice. Listen again, but listen more for the guitars this time and see how much wider they get as soon as I turn it on. Here we go. It's too late. Both the guitars there and the snare as well just sound angrier. They sound more aggressive. They bite out that little bit more in a very pleasing way as well. Let's move on to the SSL. Again, bypass, and then I'll turn it on and off. SSL just gives the whole mid-range a better focus. Everything kind of just tightens up and separates at the same time. It's hard to describe, but I'm sure you can hear it there yourself. Let's have a listen one more time. Again, listen to the depth of the guitars as soon as you turn it on. Really nice sound. Okay, last of the consoles, let's move on to the Trident. Same drill. Just love the sound of that snare to the Trident. It just pops out of the speakers. The hi-hats as well. Listen to the hi-hats this time. They just crispen up that a little bit. And again, the bottom end gets warmer. Everything starts to widen out. A bit more separation in the mix as well. But listen for the snare and listen for the hi-hats. Again, bypass first. There you go. Okay, let's bring the drive back down to 0, and I'll quickly run through each of the consoles again, doing the same process. Okay, starting with the Neve. There, even when the drive is not pushed so hard, it's still not a subtle effect. Okay, let's just listen to the API. Again, bypass first, and then we'll move on to turn it on. Sounds lovely, sounds really nice. Onto the SSL. Yeah, as soon as you turn off VCC, you miss it. The track doesn't seem as lively. It just sounds a little flatter and a little bit more boring. Well, let's move on to the Trident and you can hear that one. Gotta love it. That sounds just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the review. Keep an eye out. There'll be plenty more to come. What I'll do is I'll bypass VCC and I'll export the entire track, and then I'll mix down 4 more mixes, 1 through each console, and I'll do my best to find the sweet spot, or where I think is the sweet spot on each of the consoles. Then you can download them, you can test them out there yourself, and pick your favourite. but I highly recommend you check out this plugin. It really is a fantastic addition to any studio. Unless you've got your own SSL, your Neve, your API, and a Trident lying around, you gotta check it out. It's really good. Okay, what I'll do now is I'll pull the drive up a little bit. I'll play the rest of the track. That'll do. And I'll flick between consoles with it in process mode. That way you can hear what each console sounds like together. So let's start with the Neve there, and I'll go through it from there. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.